All right, friends, this is lesson number 5. This lesson is a notes lesson. There's been lots of those this kind of unit. This lesson is on integers. So integers, you should be, I believe, on page 23. Getting close to the end here. So this is what it looks like. And it says, what are integers? I'm going to read here. Integers consist of whole numbers and their opposites, including 0. So what is the opposite of 6? The opposite of 6 is actually -6. So integers can be positive, negative, or 0. So we're going to look at this chart. We're just going to put some examples in here. I like the number line down here because it kind of just shows us some different examples. So numbers can either be positive or negative. So when I think of a positive, I might think of, sorry about that, positive number 7, which its opposite would be -7. You could have 8 or -8. You could have a 23 or a -23. Okay, so this symbol right here, so we call a negative sign. So that tells us that we're missing that amount. Then of course there's always 0. So 0 is 0. It means you have nothing and you owe nothing. So we're going to look at some examples because having a positive and a negative number, it's kind of a hard concept to grasp. So we're going to step down here and it says, what are some examples in real life? Okay, so any number, let's look up here. We don't typically put a positive in front of our numbers. We just assume that they're positive numbers, right? We always put a negative number because we know that it's a negative. So we're going to look right here, some examples in real life. A profit of $10 would be the integer 10, okay? We are getting a positive $10. We are gaining $10, okay? Look at the negative example here. A loss of 5 yards, like in football, if you lost 5 yards, it'd be represented by the integer oh, sorry about that. Oh, and it's not going to go away. Oh, there we go. By the integer -5. So we've taken, so you were here and you've gone back 5 yards, or a -5. So when you're looking at this, it's really important. I like this image because it shows you, and it's really important, the opposite. So instead of having +3, the opposite of +3 is -3. You could pretty much draw what we call like a rainbow effect here between each of the opposites. So the opposite of +5 is a -5. The opposite of +4 is a -4. Another thing we're going to look at here is comparing two negative numbers. That's really hard. When asked which number is less or more when comparing two negative numbers, it's typically best to think of it in terms of money. I have to think of it in terms of money because it's really confusing. So would you rather owe someone -$27 or -$36? Which would you rather owe? Would you rather owe someone 27 or 36? You'd rather owe 27, -27, because it's a smaller or less. You want to owe -36 because it's bigger. So if you had -36 and -27, we would say that -36 is greater than -27, right? Because you owe more, because it's further away from 0. So this step is kind of tricky. So I would really encourage, you may want to watch this video more than once because it's kind of tricky indeed. Thanks, guys.